my name is Lisa Grace and this is Nailchemy's YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Okie dokes. Right, so I've done all my cuticle work and I've etched my nail plate. So coming in with my nail prep and then the Ultra Bond. Nice and sparingly with your Ultra Bond. Give that a couple of minutes to dry and then we can apply our base coat. So I know what size jaw form I need for you. Just double check that one, yeah.
Jaw forms come in kid sizes.
Your nails aren't that small. Okay, so in with our base coat, make sure you really work that into the natural nail. And then that can go into the lamp for full cure. So I'm using the Soft White Aura, just because, where did I put my tape there? Because I'm painting the nail in white, it's just going to give that white a little bit more depth, be a good background for it. Where's my spatula? Right, so make sure you're squeezing this from the bottom, don't worry about it, it's alright. Make sure you're squeezing this from the bottom, and obviously we're going to need ample because this is the thumb, so it's a lot wider. So I've got my slip solution in a dappen dish and I'm using my Aura Gel brush and I'm just going to take that sidewall to sidewall and travel this down the form. So there is far too much in here. Make sure that Sam has got hold of the torch. I'm going to line this up. Not yet, that's enough. Cure it. Make sure this is lined up. Make sure you're bringing it in at quite a steep angle. And then slowly bring that down, secure it to the nail, and then we can have the torch on that just to kind of hold that into place. So you can see it has spilled out a little bit on the right hand side, but that's not a problem, that will file off. So don't worry about anything like that. So now that can go into the lamp for full cure. Okay, so nice little wiggle and that will pop off. It will pop off.
Just got to wiggle a bit.
There we go.
A little bit.
So we had a bit of a spillage on the underneath as well, but that will file out, it's not a problem. So I'm just going to get rid of these bits that spilled out over the edge first. Right, so I'm just going to blend up round the cuticle and file off that little bit of overspill. And then I can come back in with the soft white on my spatula.
Need some new soft whites here.
Yeah, I've got plenty in there. Definitely getting low on the skin though. I love that one. Okay, so pat that into your cuticle. If you do need to thicken up your sidewalls as well, make sure you get that done. And then I can just give this a little bit more of a refine. Right, give that a really, really good dust off. Okay, so we're going to be using the Artisan paints. Right, so I'm just kind of grabbing a colours that I think will blend into one another. So I'm going to start off with the neon blue. You're not going to need much of these, by the way, so don't be tempted to spill out a huge splodge because you'll end up wasting it. So just a little bit. So neon blue, neon mauve, neon pink. That is hella neon, that one. Going into neon orange and then neon yellow. So I only ever get a little bit out. If I ever need any more, I can always add more. Right, so I'm going to be naughty and use my Nailchemy 3D brush. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm going to start off with my blue. And I'm going to paint this along the cuticle. Be very careful not to use too much because you can keep coming back. Stuck to my arm. You can keep coming back and adding more, but if you've got too much on there, you're going to struggle blending these. So I want my blue up there. I'm going to wipe my brush off now. Come back in there and keep wiping off any excess. So I'm going to start bringing this down now. And keep wiping off any excess. Right, so now I'm going to tap into my mauve, neon mauve. And I'm going to start applying this in our next section. So obviously your blue is still wet, so the more you blend them together, the better your blend will be. So I'm just going to focus at the minute on bringing that mauve down. Did I say it right?
Yep.
Yay! Keep drying your brush off. I'm going to come back into my blue, tiny little bit on my blue, and pull that down over the mauve. Like this. So it's quite tricky to see because it is on a filed surface. A bit tricky to see your gradient on the camera. Right, so I'm coming in with the neon pink now. This is really neon. I'm going to put that all the way across and start pulling that mauve down onto that. Dry my brush off. I'm coming back into my mauve and pull that down. Make sure you're constantly working left to right. Just going to come back up into my blue and blend that down a little bit. He's too hot for him, bless him.
It's just a cute face.
There we go. Now into the neon orange.
Oh wow.
So back up into my neon pink so I can pull that down. Doing your fades like this can be quite time consuming, but it's definitely So I really need to blend this orange out now, because the yellow, with it being quite pale, even though it's a neon orange, neon yellow, obviously it's quite pale in comparison, so I really need to make sure that there's no harsh line there. Right, so into the yellow, completely cover the end of that, and then again it's just a case of very, very carefully, tiny little bit of orange on your brush, and we're just going to pull that down left to right, right to left, left to right, like that. So when you get to the point that you think you're happy, just check over any areas that you think need a little bit more blending. But when you're happy, that can go into the lamp. So you can do that with any combination of colours, and obviously your Artisan paints, because they have got such a thick consistency, they pull into each other really nicely, so you can get away with pretty much any colour combination when you blend them.
You're black, aren't you?
There. Yeah. So where's my palette? So I'm going to need some black now. I'm going to pop that on there. Make sure you give your 3D brush a really good clean as well, or just don't use your 3D brush for blending. You could also do that. Right, so I'm using my 8mm liner now, and I'm going to get a bit of a blob and bring that up and onto the nail like this, and I'm going to do same again on the other side, but just a little bit smaller, like this. Honestly. Right, so bottom of my palm trees, wait, I need my glasses, can't see what I'm doing. Oh, look at that. Bottom of my palm trees, I really want to thicken these up. Like this. Same again on this one, they've always got a really nice curve to them. And then I'm just going to fill this in painstakingly with my 8mm liner brush, because I can't be bothered to get another brush. So Dave, you might want to speed this bit up, because it's painstaking. It would be so much quicker if I just grabbed another brush. But where's the fun in that? Okay, we are there. Right, so these palm trees, I'm going to get a little blob on my brush, and I'm going to squash it out and bring it out like this. Not happening. And same again for the dinky tree. And then obviously make sure your tree is connected. And then I'm just going to do some little birds flying in the background. So it's just like a
Most beautiful sunset.
What shape would you say these are? Like a lazy M or something. So it's just a bit of a bounce. So do some bigger ones and
Big
some
wide V.
bigger ones and some not so bigger ones. So there you go. When you're happy with that, that can go in for a cure. Okay, and we're going to do this nail glossy. So we can now top coat there. Top coat the entire nail. So now all those little brush marks that we put in when we were ombreing, they'll all come out now and it'll all be nice and smooth. Beautiful holiday sunset. Oh, I'd love to be on a holiday sunset right now. Okay, when you're happy with that, pop that in the lamp. And I'm finishing this nail off with the bubblegum elixir oil, just a drop of that around your cuticle. And give that a good rub in. And there you go, that's your holiday sunset.
So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit like on that video, drop any comments that you've got down in the comment section below, and more importantly, make sure you hit subscribe so that you get a notification for all of our future videos. All of the products that I've used today you can find on our website, which is nailchemy.co.uk, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!